What is going on, garden fans? Welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. I am really trying to stay consistent this year during the growing season, giving you a weekly update because things are certainly changing rapidly as we are coming into production for the spring. First thing that's going to be coming into production for us are going to be the small fruits and berries. So the raspberries I have here are starting to put on fruit. These are everbearing. They're a local heritage everbearing raspberry. I picked them up from a farmer here. Another thing coming into production are elderberries. They're flowering. So about the time I'm done getting raspberries, these elderberries will have flowered, been pollinated, and be ready. You can see the asparagus understory under all that. Apricot tree. Vegetables are going in. It's spring, it's vegetable time. So around all the perennials, I'm starting to make way and plant in some of the vegetables and herbs. Chamomile here, parsley, peppers here and here, basil, squash, green beans, marigold, a little vegetable garden, okay? And it's here amongst my perennial aspect, which is the goji berry, and the goji berry are flowering. I like the goji berry. I like the goji berry flower. And I like the companion plant I got with the goji berry flower, which is a rose campion. It complements that flower really well. And it grows underneath this goji berry because it creates a nice little microclimate where herbs like sage can survive in this shady environment during the hot South Carolina summers. So rose campion, goji berry, sage, there's some kale mixed in there, and then I let some of the perennial weeds or annual weeds, lamb's quarters, grow up in there. And we got vegetables mixed in with that element. Okay, so production time, garden fans. Blackberries, like I said, are coming. Brassicas are dying out. Muscadines are putting on. These will be about midsummer. Blackberries. These are triple crown blackberries, canes for this year, over 6 feet tall. The triple crown blackberries are putting on. Pretty big berries. I'm 6'2". I'm a pretty big guy. Those are going to be big berries. So blackberries are going to be coming on here shortly. I'm allowing those to spread and runner out. They're going to make a good understory to things once again, like elderberry, which once again is flowering. Gummy berry, blueberries are coming on. These really like, now that I've got some shade provided to these blueberries, this blueberry patch, they're really liking life, and now they're starting to blow out. Mulberries are coming on. I'm certainly going to have mulberries here within the next week or so. And I got 2 mulberry trees. This is once again a local black mulberry. It is kind of sweet though, doesn't taste bitter or tart or anything. And this right here is a Pakistani mulberry. It too is putting on. So we'll get a consecutive harvest of mulberries. A fig tree right here has an understory of blackberry. Once again, blackberries are putting on. The understory here is things like oregano. Here's another gummy berry. I mean, this is a very, very dense food forest, garden fans. More blackberries for this year are coming on. Canes for this year are coming on. An understory of things like mint and catnip here. And I've allowed these things to naturalize here, and now they're spreading. More catnip. I'd rather have catnip and mint than weeds. And that's what's happening. Those herbs are starting to naturalize as an understory between all my trees. The mulberry, the fig, here's an old peach tree, and here is pawpaw. A beautiful specimen this year, really blowing out. It's got a pollinator. These are 2 different varieties actually that I had planted at one point in time. Those are not runners. So we've got a North Carolina 1 pawpaw and then a mango pawpaw behind it. Another pawpaw patch, same story, blowing out, looking beautiful. I'm glad I took down those peach trees. They are going to get large and healthy. And like I said before, I'm growing vegetables amongst all these trees. I've got this irrigated with a drip line, drip irrigation. Super easy to water this. I come over, boom, gravity fed water. Loop around the comfrey, loop around the pawpaws, and boom, here we are. Little drip irrigation for a vegetable garden. And I'm making a separate video on all of this, how I did it, how long it took. If you do recall and have been watching for a while, I was rabbit tractoring my rabbit through here, and she scratched up all the weeds. She manured, she fertilized, and now what I got growing here are green beans, Congo beans, squashes, zucchinis, peppers, basil, marigold, things that we like, things that we eat. Not a lot of tomatoes, we don't eat tomatoes. Okay, so here's my vegetable gardening. This is how I vegetable garden. I don't have a kitchen garden per se. I just try to mix in my vegetables in the forest floor. Catnip. And here's the same little story. I've cleared an area where we have a maple tree and some elderberry starting to naturalize. And this is about a week or so behind. Same story, just vegetables. Once again, if you're not already, subscribe, and I got a separate video coming out about the vegetables. Today I'm talking about production and trees. We've been getting a really good amount of rain, so the food forest is looking very lush right now. There's a pomegranate here. This is a pomegranate with a gummy berry as nitrogen fixation, and then there's an understory of mint, apple mint, and lemon balm. I eat the herbs, we eat herbs daily. That's the best way to get your herbs. Just go ahead and eat them straight up, eat them whole. Still talking production, we still have blackberries, so little bug, little larva there. They're still flowering and producing. I'm gonna bring you back to the chicken pen. The corner of my yard here, this is like the most wild area along the fence line, of course, right? Hedges and edges. So out here, there is a beautyberry that is going to start to turn into a really nice tree. Understory species for the plums on the other side of the fence. There is also elderberry back here. And then tons of muscadine, which are putting on fruit. There's an understory of bee balm. I do let some of the weeds grow. I let some goldenrod grow. I like goldenrod out here. It's good late bee pollen forage. So I do let weeds grow, garden fans. Here along the fence line, more blackberries. Of course, the blackberries and the muscadines are growing together. They're friends. They love each other. Look at this. Oh, beautiful. Neither one of them is hindered. So blackberries and muscadine living together. I'm bringing that muscadine across and up and over and blah, 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 blah. We're gonna cover up the chicken pen, make it look nice. Fig, right here, production. Getting some fig production. Starting to put on some figs. And this is back here in a big open composting area where I'm just kind of like open composting basically. All the chop and drop from all the old trees is coming out here. This is just a big giant open compost area for my chickens. The plums, if you've been watching for a while, it happened just as I said. The wind came, knocked down all the weak, maybe bug-eaten fruits. The chickens have come by behind it, pecked through here, cleaned it up, helped break up the pest cycle. And what's left on the tree are the more healthy fruits. So of all the bunches, I've got a lot more healthy fruits on here than anything. And this plum will produce this Santa Rosa right here. And then what I will get is another flush of plums from this Methley plum right here. So the next couple months are going to be highly productive for us. It starts with little fruits and then vegetables start coming in. And then it's about canning, storing, bottling, drying, trying to do everything I can to put up a whole bunch of fruits and jams and jellies and medicines and herbs and powders and stuff together to last us through the winter. Of course, we have chickens. They're a source of protein and meat one day. They get our eggs, and they're our hard workers here, kind of helping the selection, and they help the whole process. Anyway, garden fans, weekly update. Try to make them as quick as I can. There really is a lot going on, and you can do this too on a little postage stamp. Appreciate you all watching. Please like, share, and subscribe as always. God bless.